man, I got the tractor beam out of commissioner. This is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Hey. What's up, everybody? Got another unboxing. Another fun unboxing. We've had a lot lately, and tonight we get to unbox an MYC piece, which is really cool. Chris is the only one that has this one so far.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some of us, did everyone get this? Everyone get the TIE Pilot? All of us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So we're all waiting still, but Chris got his lucky bastard. So we're just gonna unbox this tonight, and I think we're going to be doing another unboxing in the middle of the week for the Gamorrean fighter from Regal Robots. So that should be
usually
cool.
It's the other way around. Usually I don't get mine for a long after all you guys did it.
Yeah, it depends on where they ship from and all that stuff. So
I mean, think about it. The Boba helmet I waited on, and there was a couple other things I waited on and I didn't get it in time.
Yeah.
Throw your phone every once in a while.
Yeah. Plus, I couldn't really do any unboxings later this week. I work a lot, so.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we figured this one. This is my first MYC piece. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
That adds. I think that adds a little bit to the unboxing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I really am. I haven't seen one yet. I'm still waiting for one. Somewhere coming, but I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit for that one.
Oh, Jason. Yeah. So I think.
Come on, man! Don't shake your head.
I don't do enough.
He doesn't do enough. It's just once you do that, it'll be enough. It'll be enough. Yeah, guys. Thanks everyone for hanging out in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions. Obviously, this is the TIE Pilot from MYC, and we've been. When did this go up for pre-order? When did we order this thing? You remember?
October? Was it October?
September, October. October.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. That's pretty quick.
6 months.
I was working in New York City in a hospital on Saturday morning, and I was like, "Wait, I gotta go do something."
August 8th.
August.
Okay.
He let all the defibrillators die.
Screw them. Let them die. I don't care. I need to order my TIE Pilot.
Yeah. No, it went quick. It went pretty quick. I think it was up for what? Was it up for an hour? Do you remember
roughly,
I think it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Roughly an hour and a half. So was it, Chris?
Okay.
Was it that long?
Yeah, because it sold out.
Short, but yeah.
It sold out right around when I was done with my job. So right around when I was leaving or on the way home, it sold out. So
okay. That was one of my first official pre-orders, I believe. And I just I remember being pretty nervous about it. I mean, Steve's so fast. I remember we ordered this thing, and I was still putting my info in, and Steve was like, "I'm done," and I was like, "Well, there goes number one."
And he told us his procedure too, and we still didn't.
Yeah, I followed it, and I still didn't get it. So
yeah,
which is fine. It's Steve's quick draw McGraw on that stuff. So, but yeah, Chris, why don't you go ahead and start getting into that thing?
I have number 6.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'll just mute myself.
I think all of us should have a fairly low number, I would imagine.
No, I took one of the last batch.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I don't care about the numbers. So he was just like, "Do you mind me giving you 70 something?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it."
Yeah, whatever. Okay. But yeah, we do want to mention that really appreciative of Michael and all the stuff he's just putting in a lot of work with Cad Bane and TIE Pilot and all this stuff's going on. And then we know, I mean, he's got a lot going on. Just very busy and very, a lot of things going on with Michael right now. So Michael, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
Hope things settle down for you.
So is this a normal stand? Like this little acrylic piece? Is that how he usually does it?
That's where
right.
Okay.
Goes in. Yeah. I like how minimal it is.
Yeah, it's minimal and
Chris,
simple
you can get the same like master replica style stands from Michael as well.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can order special from his website.
So
that's pretty cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice. I like them.
The uniformity, really, Chris. Those are the same plaques that I think that I think
get
that you
from
may have
somebody.
ordered. Yeah. So
Cool.
you have that consistency, which is cool.
Have we seen anybody post pictures of this domestically, or is it just
Oh, just overseas.
just overseas?
I think
At least from what I know. I mean, there's plenty of groups that I'm not part of.
Yeah,
So.
I think DCX is going to open this week. I think Thor and those guys are getting it, and they're opening this week.
Nice.
So yeah, there's it's starting to drop.
Do you guys have shipping notices yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine comes
mine should.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
I think mine's
like that.
Tuesday.
I think mine's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday.
All right. All my days are blurring into each other lately.
Got a cool art box and everything.
Ken says, Steve, did you watch the finale of WandaVision?
So I either watched 4 or 5 episodes of WandaVision at this point.
Did you like it?
It's gotten better. It's not
interesting.
it's not like, oh my god, this is amazing, but it's definitely gotten.
It once you learn to actually watch it. Here, I'm gonna mute Chris. It's freaking ridiculous. Once you watch it, I feel like it's got a lot of beautiful things that it says in the show, like the meaning of things, and it's just I thought it was just really well done. It's not it's not Star Wars, but it's really cool.
Fantastic.
What'd you say that, Chris?
I think it's pretty fantastic. The
yeah,
ending,
it's good.
It's really, really great, actually.
It is. Nihilus says they have Palpatine coming soon. He's talking about MYC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a teaser he released a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So I've got that. We'll talk about that this Friday as well.
Okay, cool. Is that something you would be interested in, Steve? Or
I don't know. I have the Emperor mythos.
That's right.
So I need to make a decision if I need another Emperor stuff.
And you don't have the real. You don't have the Royal Guards.
No, I canceled. I had it on pre-order from Sideshow, and I canceled it.
Yeah.
I figure, I have the helmet, so do I need a statue of something that's all red, standing there in a complete static pose? I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
I did. I love the look of the Royal Guard. I don't know why.
How deep is that, Chris? I'm interested to know.
It's actually bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm a little bit concerned.
Like if you're comparing it to my hand.
You don't have a tape measure nearby? It's okay if you don't.
I can get one later.
Okay.
Once I get it out.
I like that clean Death Star floor look. I like that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, that's sharp. It's a clean cut base, but it still gives its aesthetic. I like that.
That's nice. Looks good there.
It really is awesome.
What a nice touch, huh?
Nice and shiny on the top, so it kind of reflects a little bit.
I can't wait to light it up.
I was just gonna say I'm interested. The thing I'm interested in with the light up feature is that it's subtle, and we all know that. How many people really utilize the light up features on statues? You do it once or twice as a novelty, you never turn it on again. That's a piece I feel like if it's placed in the right, display situation, you can leave that sort of subtle light on almost as like a nightlight,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
have it sort of flashing, shining behind his feet.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome. Wow, the texture on his suit,
The uniform, right?
It's so nice.
I'm telling you, dude.
Chris, watch the peg that it doesn't hit the base.
Yeah.
Isn't it fascinating, Chris, that even though that's sculpted, it looks like actual, cloth and armor.
It does.
Yeah. It's amazing how well that's done.
Put it in, Chris.
I'm sliding.
I'm about to
put it in.
Warm it up, Chris.
Push harder.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna move it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's
Pretty
gangster.
bad at judging the size here.
Yeah, you've done it a couple of times.
Okay.
I'm gonna adjust my camera.
Yeah. I swear to God, Chris had the same look when he had the same look of this thing when we first got on for the Rancor, and I was like, bro, you need to back this shit up because this thing's gonna be huge. But you figured
a little bit.
You got it. You figured it out. There we go. Yep. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty great.
Very nice.
Wow.
Dude, that texture does look super cool.
It is really great, actually. I love the texture. It looks like real, like a jumpsuit, and I like the folds, like in the going into the boot. Like it looks like it's poofed up and everything. You know, freaking gorgeous.
So Matt, you're a creative, right? When whenever we look at unboxing statues, things like that, I always think about, well, if I was sculpting that, I don't think I could ever actually be finished, because there would always be that one part I'd want to go back and touch up or revise or make it a little better, and you kind of obsess to the point. So it's going to be really interesting in the process of knowing when to stop and when.
It is,
When good enough is good enough.
I think it's the same with anything, though, right? It's like perfect is the enemy of the good, right? You just got to get something out the door, or else you'll never get anything out the door.
Correct.
The mouse droid.
Nice little mouse droid.
Yeah, it's cool, dude.
That's such a fantastic accessory.
It is.
It is, man.
Who doesn't love a mouse droid?
It is. It's so cool looking, and he's doing that separately, right? You can buy this separate as its own, like.
Yep.
Dude, that is sick, bro.
Freaking awesome.
So cool.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. He needs to make more of these things, man.
I don't know why, but I thought it would be smaller, but it's I don't know. Like I every time I picture it, I thought it would be smaller, but it looks big to me. Yeah, I know, but I'm not used to all right, so I only have Vader, Grievous, and all my other core skills are women.
So the female is smaller. Grievous is very skinny and bony, and Vader is almost like very cumbersome.
The cape, the cape does kind of throws you off.
Cape's like a bed sheet.
Oh man,
it really is. It's crazy.
I'm surprised. I mean, I expected Cad Bane for people to be like, "I need this. Anybody selling? I gotta have," But this piece, I'm starting to see a lot of people. Sweet.
It's freaking gorgeous.
Good.
Yeah, dude. What do you think about the paint apps and stuff, Chris?
I think it's amazing.
Right?
It's gorgeous. I mean, look at that emblem. I mean, there's not a flaw. It's perfectly painted.
Isn't it amazing that this is a custom statue?
You would not think so. You really wouldn't think so,
dude.
He's got it down cold.
Yeah, he's dialed. Dude, that Emphas nest is gonna be freaking fire, dude.
It's gonna be crazy, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I am thoroughly impressed. So here's
Chris, does it come in the black foam?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the urine
that's
canisters.
cool, dude. Yeah, the urine canisters.
Urine canisters. Yeah.
Urine and blood.
This is the one that goes on his belt.
Yeah, this is how I want to display mine right here,
dude.
Just pure attitude.
Just look at that, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. You put that chest shit on there, and then let's see it. Oh my gosh, that looks freaking sick.
It's awesome.
Dude, the pose, I'm telling you guys, like we talk about this all the time. They absolutely destroy poses. Like this is when I saw this originally, I was like, dude, the pose this guy is in is so simple but so freaking awesome.
The magnets are really strong.
Yeah, they're nice and firm.
This makes me want to get like a freaking RS props bust next to this thing. Yeah,
this makes me want to get a lot more MYC pieces.
I know, I'm telling you.
All right, so let's see, how do these go in?
The tubes are always the opposite of what you think they are.
There we go. That goes like that, like that. And more tube.
Metamorphic says, love that base design.
God, it's freaking gorgeous. Dude, the magnets are so strong, they're like pulling it before I even get close to it.
Yeah.
They really are.
It's a little bit dangerous, right? You worry about it slamming and chipping.
I'm worried about getting it into that without. I wonder if I have to take the chest piece out to get the whole thing together.
Sean's asking, are the boots a gloss black compared to the pants?
Yes.
More like a sheen. Are they actually gloss? Like a piano gloss or more like a sheen?
The base is really glossy. The pants and boots are stepped down from. They're like a semi-gloss. Maybe the paint. Okay, so the boots are like a semi-gloss.
Yeah.
And the pants are like a matte finish. Just freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, well, the difference in blacks really stands out from here. It looks great.
And
The great
Yeah,
thing
we're-
about this,
the
sorry.
other arm. I could put the other arm in so we can see it.
Yeah. So you see it, yeah.
Dude, he needs to make a TIE pilot. An AT-AT driver.
AT-AT, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely needs an AT-AT.
I agree.
The great thing about this is we never, every time we see TIE pilots, we think about TIE pilots, it's always in the TIE fighters. You never see a TIE pilot ready to like draw and take somebody
Yeah.
down, and
Right.
his body language looks like he's ready to like he caught somebody, he's ready to take him down. Oh, I
That's
like
cool.
that pose.
That's cool too.
This thing's freaking sick.
Wow.
I think I like the other pose better, but it is cool though.
I'll tell you what. I have not been this impressed with a sideshow piece. I really haven't. This is actually one of the better statues I have.
Hell yeah. What I tell you, Chris, like I mean, you remember when I opened the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
And I was the same as you. I was like, man, it's crazy. Like it doesn't feel like a custom statue. Like it feels like the guy's.
It does not. Like every joint is tight and the magnets are holding it in like crazy. And all right, we're gonna plug it in, get it lit up. Just insane.
Far from Death Star says the pose is so simple but so aggressive at the same time. It's badass. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, it's gorgeous from Sean. Nihilus Gray. That piece has such presence. Yeah, it's so interesting how like such a simple pose. The same with the Mandalorian. Same thing.
So how is it possible that a custom maker with the resources a custom maker has can hit home runs on every single pose, and yet some company like Sideshow, with all their resources, can't on their premium formats get a good pose?
I agree.
Like ever.
You're right, Steve. Even on some of the nicer statues or some of the more desirable designs, the poses still aren't there. There's always something to be desired or left to be desired. Yeah, I agree. I can understand.
Turn on, Chris.
I have to get an extension cord.
Turn it on.
I have to get an extension cord.
Turn on the statue. I'm just kidding. Take your time. Take your time. We're just
2 seconds.
Dude, so that mouse droid, they're making a separate mouse droid. Correct. So question about that. Is it that same size? Did he make it bigger? Or is it the same thing, right?
It's the same thing. I think you could buy it for $99. And
so
if you have any previous MYCs, the mouse droid will go well with on display with pretty much,
Yeah, right.
any
right.
any Imperial piece.
The statue's not shaking, right, Chris? It's the camera.
That's the camera, yeah.
Okay, because that scares the shit.
See, I like that subtle. I like that.
Yeah, look at the reflection, man.
And look at the way it reflects and gives it.
Sick. That's so cool, man.
So it comes out more of a cooler color, cooler white, and then reflects almost bluish because of the paint. And that's how it would look on the Death Star. That looks amazing.
I love that this whole thing, like it's not like the head sculpt or the helmet is separate or anything. It all comes as like one piece. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Matt, I tell you all the time how when I get a statue, I know right away what pose I'm putting him in, and most of the other accessories stay in the box.
Yeah.
This is one where I might take both arms out and from time to time switch them.
Yeah.
Because it's really not, like you said, it's not a bunch of pieces, but you do have the swap outs, so it's not much to stick the arm somewhere, where I keep some other accessories, and if I get, if I'm in the mood to just change his attitude up a little bit, I like that.
That's freaking sick, dude. What do you think, Chris?
I'm in love. It's pretty awesome.
Can you imagine an AT-AT driver to accompany this? Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
on a simple
would be
hot
awesome.
base. That would be phenomenal.
So, do you guys have as much excitement about the upcoming Stormtrooper?
What Stormtrooper?
I think it depends on the pose and everything he's in, and like, because we haven't seen that yet, right?
What Stormtrooper?
The MYC.
Oh,
I think MYC's, yeah, they're gonna make a. I think they're making a Stormtrooper, but we don't.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I. It's not that Stormtroopers aren't my.
You're right, they're
There's-
not. But here's the thing: Stormtroopers have been made before in quarter scale, but nobody's done them justice. So I think MYC's intent was to do a Stormtrooper, but one that people would desire, one that people would want to have in their collections. And if you see one with the proper body language, I think it might change your mind. But right now, we're just envisioning in our mind's eye what it may look like. So it's all gonna come down to what the actual piece looks like.
Nerdified says, "Who makes this and where can you get it?" You can't get it, but MYC Sculptures makes it. And if you go to mycsculptures.com, I believe, you can see kind of their past work and stuff. It's a custom maker that they only make Star Wars statues, and find them on Facebook and follow their Facebook, and you'll know when things are coming out and be able to get on pre-orders and stuff. They go really fast, so you got to be kind of quick at it. But
Give me
this
really
is
quick.
freaking insane, guys. You're gonna love it.
yeah, man, I'm pumped.
You know what's nice about the lights too? Like they look really, really bright on the camera, but they're not blinding when you look at them. Like they're perfectly lit up enough that, and they're not like taking away, drawing your eye from the statue.
Well, one of the complaints is a lot of the statues, both licensed and custom, is the lights are so vibrant to the point where they also heat up and cause a lot of, they generate a lot of heat very quickly. So when it's subtle like that, you get enough of the light, but not enough where the base is going to, start feeling hot within 20 to 30 minutes.
Plus, it even comes with a plug and a USB. You don't have to find your own.
So
Sweet.
guys, I just confirmed day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas teased the Stormtrooper.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think you're right. I think you're right, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So Nihilist Grace saying Stormtrooper might be less impressive given the fact that it's all armor. This is so impressive given that it looks like mixed media.
Mm-hmm.
It
Which,
does look like mixed media.
I agree.
But it's not. It's all sculpted.
Honestly, the troopers that I like the most in Star Wars are the ones with mixed media. Personally, I think they just look so cool when they kind of mix it up like that.
Look at that butt.
But Stormtrooper, yeah.
He must
Tight,
work out.
tight.
Tight.
Stormtrooper could be cool. I'm not, I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks.
The base is bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, think about like twice that for Bane.
This is probably 9-10 inches.
As long as it's less than 10.5, I'm happy.
You and your billies.
I know. But if I didn't have billies to put him in, I couldn't get as many statues as I have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Where'd you
gonna-
put Cad Bane, Steve?
Right now, it's on the same shelf as Maul, kind of
Okay.
a big shelf I have.
I don't feel sorry for you because you have so much upper shelf space. You can I mean, like, you have got so much space, dude. I've got to figure out where the hell I'm going to put some of this stuff. Like I've got several things coming in soon. It's like, geez.
Yeah.
It's a shame
Well,
not to use both arms because this is just great.
Yeah.
It really
No,
is.
What do you like better, Chris?
I like that one better
I do
just
too.
because it just gives it more like a don't come mess with me attitude,
Yeah.
It's so cool. And I like the color of the gun too. It's like a bronze.
Yeah, Warren's saying the blaster's interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed what sidearm the ties carry, and that was something that they actually fixed during production, I believe.
It's in the
people
shape.
were-
It's in the shape of the
Kenner.
Kenner one. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a nod to
Yeah.
Kenner's TIE pilot weapon.
it's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
close. I mean,
People were hitting him
Yeah,
up about
yeah.
that, and he changed it, I think.
Yeah, but I liked that. I think that was a great, because you don't get little teasers or Easter eggs and statues. You just don't. They're statues.
Right.
Yeah, the closest thing is
accuracy is key.
the sideshow one has the Kenner gun, and the AT-AT driver came with the Kenner rifle with the sideshow 6-inch piece. 6-inch piece.
The 1.6.
Yeah, the 6.
They made those as like exclusives though, didn't they?
Yes.
Because my AT-AT has the Kenner gun, but I had the little exclusive sticker on it.
BMX saying, any chance MYC would do some Jedi? Some of the alien ones would look awesome. Plo Koon,
Yeah, they've done.
Isla Sakura. So aren't they making Isla Sakura?
Yeah, Isla Sakura's coming.
That's coming, and then I think we'll see some other ones. BMX because I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I think Michael has told us, and I think it's well known that this year he's gonna do some more Jedi, I believe. So we should be seeing some.
Whose mic is that?
On here.
Freaking Jason. We got it. We figured it out.
There were a pair of boots that looked like Jedi boots that were teased on the 4th on the 12 days.
That's right.
On the 11th day of Christmas, they look like Jedi boots.
You know, in the message to Michael, he had said that he wanted the painters to paint the gun holster black. But I actually think the brown works good because that's it apart. It stands out, instead of just blending in with the rest of the statue.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
What about the side? Is it supposed to be on the opposite side of his drawing hand?
No. Couldn't they? Well, I mean, they might have taken the liberty and put it on that side because he has his arm up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just, I just think it's so freaking cool looking.
It is. It's awesome. I'm really happy with it.
And I think didn't he make the actual color of the statue darker? Like, wasn't it like
the helmet? The helmet.
Yeah, but I think his overall like suit was like a little more charcoal gray, and he actually darkened it a little bit more even.
Yeah, it's still pretty dark charcoal,
Yeah,
but
it's cool though. It separates it from the armor a little more.
Yeah.
Speaker, the microphone. Thank you, Jason. Are both blasters in the hands the same, or are they?
They're exactly the same.
So this is the one from the movie or from Kenner?
Kenner. I think you don't see the one from the movie. So he never draws a gun in the movie. So it's the one from Kenner.
Okay. Oh.
It's Jason's microphone might be messed
That's
up.
weird. It's not even moving.
I know.
Can't hear
no
you.
Worries. Just it's okay, Jason. Little technical thing here. So let me see.
This is his first show.
Yeah. Scout and an AT-AT driver would be lit. Yeah, it'd be cool. It would be really cool.
Well, he's got to do the whole run of Imperial troopers to go with this.
That's great.
That would be awesome.
And I think we've also seen, what have we seen teased here? Was that a shore trooper or
shore,
depth trooper?
Shore trooper.
Shore. I think Shore. We know Shore's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is great. Is there something wrong with your mic, Jason?
I think it's just when he moves at all.
He's not moving.
Oh, we can't hear him either. Interesting. You might need to come back in, Jason.
No, can't hear you. All we hear is static.
Yeah.
Just come back in. Let's see.
I would say, does the website give the dimensions on the base? Because I'm thinking it's like 10 inches.
Measure it. You have a measuring tape?
Yeah, it would be great if you could.
Watch Solo today, and I'm excited. Now, does she have chrome on her mask? Oh, the collector. Emphas Nest.
Isn't there part of it that does?
Yeah, it's the eyepiece. I would imagine is some sort of metal chrome something. I don't know. We don't know, guys. We don't know too much more quite yet. We're still we're still kind of, we're going to be, I would imagine we'll be getting some stuff from Jason or from Michael. I'm sorry, somewhat too.
Yeah, we should probably tell people who are wondering what the heck we're talking about real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
So we're working with MYC, the company that made this statue here, on a Rogue One 6 group exclusive of Memphis Next. If you're interested in it, check out our video from about, what is it, Monday? It was Monday that we did it?
Yeah.
And at this point, the update is we're at 57 that have been pre-order spots have been reserved, 57 of them.
Oh, cool.
Exactly 10 inches deep.
Yes.
And 10 and a quarter wide. He is.
I don't mean to interrupt, Chris. Is this any better, guys?
Yeah, you're good. You're good, Jason. That's much better.
Much.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like
it was almost like wind blowing in your mic.
Looks like 19, 20 inches high.
Yeah. Notified says, just saw the Mandalorian MYC and looks amazing. I pre-ordered the Mandalorian Iron Studios. Very cool. Before they pulled them from all the sites. Are any of you getting it? I think Jason might be getting it.
They pulled it? Why did they pull it?
Geographical. Like, the same thing that comes up with Tom.
Yeah,
okay. You can't ship to the UK.
Yeah.
For that reason. But
they pulled it everywhere, dude. They pulled it from Spec Fiction and everything.
So does that mean that those orders are going to be honored, or do you think they're going to be canceled? Any thoughts on that?
Good question.
I don't know. I'm just going to put this out there. I reached out to PJ, and hats off to him. He was able to assist me in securing it, and
oh, that's good.
I got the email follow up, and all is good.
Okay. Do you? Yeah, I thought about getting it originally, but then I was like, just because I have the MYC one, I was kind of like, I don't absolutely need this, and I'd rather put the money somewhere else. But it looks fantastic. It really does look great. Let's see.
Dude.
The collector says, now is Chris the only one getting this? No, we all have this coming in. Should begin.
He's first, though. He's first.
Yeah, he's the next. He's the first one that has it. I think, Steve, you have. Do you have the number one of this? Do you know? Or
probably. I would be amazed if I didn't.
Yeah, you were so fast.
It was. I think it was maybe 10 seconds into it that I had it confirmed.
Yeah. Can you
Michael,
show the plaque you showed us, Steve? We're gonna open this middle of the week.
Show you the plaque. Okay.
Yeah, because Jason and I are gonna open this middle of the week, but Steve's opening his right now. But so Steve got the number 1 001.
I love how they put 2 zeros in front of it. They couldn't just put number 1.
I'm telling you, the base has the number on it too. And I saw this on the base, and I was, for a moment, I'm like, 100? What? Before I realized that it was number 1.
That's cool, man. And we'll be opening that in midweek. So
Michael blew this out of the water. Like, this is just, you guys are gonna love this.
Yeah, dude.
This is so sick. And think about it. Who else is gonna make a TIE fighter pilot? Nobody.
That's what's great about them, right?
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I don't have a single nitpick, single complaint. It's freaking awesome.
Even a stormtrooper, the only real option you have right now for a stormtrooper statue is from Shepperton.
They even have the belt buckle like slightly tilted down because his thumb is sticking in it.
Yeah.
It's just the pose,
so cool.
And like just the human like little nuances are awesome with this.
Danny, what's up? He says he's popping in. He's gonna catch it later on replay. Says congrats, Chris. So,
what's up, Danny?
How fast? Apart from Death Star says, how fast are your fingers, Steve? He's got some bots. Yeah, he definitely has bots working for him.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Nerdfight says my order from Collector Zone was just confirmed for the Iron Studios Mando, and it's still coming for whoever pre-ordered. Okay, I wonder if they will put them back up again. That's interesting.
There's a slight tint of green in the lenses.
The lenses.
Awesome, love it.
It's so cool, dude.
Jason, just don't move at all. Yeah. Oh, it's back.
Yeah, it's back. It's all right. The great. Oh, here we go. The greatest part of the statue being all black is MYC's use of different sheens and textures to make this look mixed media. Yeah, I agree. It's impressive that the all the different armor pieces stand out in different ways, right?
Yeah, like the boots are like a semi. The gloves are a semi. The chest piece looks matte, and the helmet is glossy.
It's great that the helmet stands out like that. It really is.
It does. It really stands out a lot.
That's so cool looking, dude.
It's like perfect. I can't think of anything to make this thing any better.
Congrats, dude. It's fantastic.
Plus the fact that the green eyes. I don't know why. I just love like the green lenses on the Stormtroopers.
Chris, where are you gonna put this thing?
It's gonna go up on my shelf with I have Slave Leia and my two. I have Asajj Ventress and
right.
Boba Fett. So I have a shelf up there that has statues.
Yep. Killer, dude.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing other MYC pieces, like R5D4 and Enfys Nest is going to be freaking killer. It's going to be, I can't imagine how good they're going to do it.
It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm going to show people where you're going to put this because I have a picture of it. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, you do.
All right. Right here.
Yep. Right between Leia and Asajj.
Oh, nice spot. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll fit, right?
Yeah, it'll fit.
Okay.
Yep. It's just the taller ones I can't put there.
Right.
Like I thought about putting the Gamorrean mythos there, but I'm going to put this up there.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
That beast in the middle. Wow.
I mean, you can always change around. How much space is where the Hot Toys are? If you
That's
ever move
20 inches. Maybe like actually I think it's 16. I can move those shelves around.
Okay.
I can change the height of each one of them.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Just in case you ever move Hot Toys into a different area or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because those are solid. Those shelves are really solid. If I'm gonna put statues on there, they're gonna be fine. Hot Toys don't weigh anything. I might move them someplace else.
Yeah. Henriquez, what's up? He says, "Wow, what a setup, Chris. Great setup." What is the poster on the bottom left? That's from a comic book.
Bottom
isn't it?
left.
The Rancor poster.
The Rancor
ones. Those are from. I just told somebody today on the Facebook group who the artist was, and now I forget. I'll have to look it up. Hit me up, Traveling Jedi. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
he does a couple of posters like that, basically same premise.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
like my pop figure on the side over there too.
Yeah.
Q9, yeah.
Q90 holding it down on the right.
Yep.
But you need to put him next to the Rancor. It's a perfect display setup.
Exactly.
Gamorrean next to Slave Leia would look nice. Yep. Yeah. So I think, man, I think this is great, dude. It's really cool that you got this in so fast and we can freaking unbox it, man. That was awesome.
I'm gonna have to figure out how I can light it. I have all my stuff lit up, connected to Alexa. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put a plug up there with all those statues. Because don't other MYC statues light up? Are there more? No.
The Ventress, I'm guessing the Ventress will light up.
The Ventress does, yeah. And we had talked to Michael about maybe having those dilithium crystals light up. That'd be cool. Little lights in those coaxium systems.
Coaxium.
Yeah. It's freaking sick. Awesome. And the mouse droid is like, it's perfect size. It's heavy.
So that plugs straight into the wall, Chris?
Yeah. Well, no, there's a USB.
Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't use batteries. It'll go right off power.
No batteries, no.
That's the way it needs to be done. I like that.
Absolutely.
Is there a switch on it, Chris?
No, I didn't. No, there's not a switch.
Okay.
You just plug it in, it turns on.
Yeah, you just put that on a like a wireless adapter,
outlet.
and you're perfect.
Yep. Come down, say tell Alexa to turn on TIE Pilot, and it'll go on.
Turn on the TIE Pilot.
Freaking sick. You know, when I was looking at it when I first ordered it, I thought, are the hoses a little just big? But they're not. They're like perfect size.
Yeah, I know what you meant by that, Chris. The photography really emphasized the hoses as if they were kind of, really out there. And
don't get me wrong, they are thicker. But the TIE Pilot's hoses are actually pretty thick. Like I have the helmet, the RS helmet. They're thicker.
Is the helmet pretty accurate, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Looks like they did a great job, man.
It is. Wasn't it in the picture that these two in the front weren't silver, but they are? They're silver on here, like in the picture. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, in the Paint Master of the preview, it was noted that this is just the prototype, and we're changing A, B, and C. So yeah, I think you're right.
It's cool. You can see like the stitching on the back.
Yeah,
I love that type of detail.
Like in the stitching up in his collar up there. It's freaking amazing, guys.
Good.
You guys are gonna love it.
I'm glad you like it, man.
I like the poofiness of the pant legs too, going into the boots. This thing's got a ton of attitude.
That's so cool, man.
Well, it mimics that jumpsuit look like very well.
Mm-hmm. Like parachute pants, kind of almost.
Yeah.
For us old guys who used to wear them.
I feel like it looks more like the Rogue One 1/6 versus like the khaki suit 1/6.
Yeah.
Which I like better. Anyway,
I gotta say, Michael, I like the brown holster better, to be honest with you, than just black.
I think it looks cool, dude.
Happy accidents, right, Jason? Happy accidents. Yeah. So.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Any of you getting any quarter scale Mando? You talking about Notify? You talking about Orange Studio? I would imagine.
I'm getting inside show, getting Orange Studio.
He might be asking chat. He might be asking chat if anyone's doing it. Well, yeah.
Because 3 out of 4 of us have the MYC Mando.
Right. Yep. Amphion looks amazing. Can't wait to get mine. Oh, good. I'm sure there's some people in here getting this from MYC as well. So
honestly, don't know which arm to use now. I really don't know which arm to use.
Down arm.
It's not even a question for me.
Chris, when you were still doing off and on the mic, I said to Matt, me and Matt had talked a couple times about, I'm known for when I take a statue right out of the box, I know what pose I want. I'm pretty quick with that. Like, this is how I want to set them up. This is what I want to do. Especially if they have multiple swap outs. This one where it's so clean cut and it's just the 2 arms, I'm going to keep the 2 arms out, put one with my accessories, and then I change it from time to time. Just for the fun of it, just to have it in one pose for 6 months. And then
you keep all your parts out of the box stored close by so you can use them, right?
Me, no. All my parts are, surprisingly, most of them don't ever get removed. They're all
really? Okay.
In the original pack. So like Hot Toys ones, I take the figure out, no pose I want to put them in. Most of the accessories, hands never get touched, like ever. Yeah,
with Hot Toys,
I think most people do that. Statues, like for example, like Jabba on throwing the sideshow. I didn't take any of those pieces out. I knew exactly what eyes I wanted to use, left everything else in. And then most of my other statues, same thing. I just left all the other accessories in.
See, I keep I store mine in my garage, and now that things are changing in my garage, it won't matter as much, but I was always worried that it was going to get too hot and to mess up the statue pieces. And so I've taken them all out, and I'm probably keep doing that.
Good to peel it out of the box and the paint comes right off.
You know what I didn't take out was the child from the MYC Mandalorian child, the actual child with the prim. Because I was like, if that gets messed up, it's probably better for the statue, honestly.
The only thing I have the swap out is the Gamorrean guard. Just because I love the 2 face sculpts so much, I can't Like I just have it like displayed next to it on the side.
You're talking about
That's the Mythos.
Mythos.
That's funny, Chris.
The
I have
Mythos.
my head out as well because I switch the heads at least like once or twice a year.
I haven't switched it yet, but I just want to display the other head because I love it so much. Yeah, I'm ready for another MYC piece. God damn it, I can't start buying all these statues.
You're becoming a statue collector, Chris.
I always was a statue collector, but
Wow.
I tend to I stayed away for a little bit because of just didn't want to get overloaded with space, but I have more space now.
They do take up a lot of real estate. That's the thing about statues is that's why you see so many statue collectors that collect only statues because they do take up a lot of space. But it's hard when you collect, across the board, various scales, various types of pieces, and throwing the statues in. That could be tricky, but
they're just so much more impressive, though. They really are. Yeah.
And I think, we had this conversation a while ago on one of the shows, maybe a group therapy, where this is going way back. We talked about the mythos now versus the mythos then, and how the mythos then look more of like an artwork, hand sculpted, hand painted type look and aesthetic versus a sort of, assembly line style aesthetic. And the customs are starting to bring back that feel of hand sculpt, hand paint, even though they may not be hand painted, but it's got that overall feel and look to it.
Amphion says, honestly surprised Sideshow's never done a tie pilot. Seems like the type of statue that they would do very well. They would do very well for them. Just puzzled Sideshow tips. Yeah, we've talked about this on other shows. It really comes down to them not wanting to take any risks, right? That's kind of the problem these days with the bigger statue makers. They just don't want to step outside of the Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Sidious maybe every now and then. Like they don't want to step outside of it.
Too safe.
Yeah.
Back in like I think they
go ahead,
Steve.
No,
I was going to say, so I as somebody who was purchasing statues for at least, even though I don't own a ton of them, for at least the last 10, 12 years, primarily getting most of them through Sideshow. Maybe not their versions, like a Sideshow statue could have been, another maker distributed by them. But it started around 2014, 15, where you started to see less of the outside of the box thinking and less of the experimentation and more of like, oh, let's just do Darth Maul, let's just do Darth Vader, let's do our fourth Darth Vader. And that's I don't know, that really just created a situation where it made them lackluster.
Yeah.
I think that they're a big driving factor for them is they ask the question, can we sell 5,000 of these?
Right.
And if the answer is no, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
But if they think that they can sell 5,000, they're all over.
True. And that said, like you're saying, Steve, if they only had to sell 100, they may take a lot more risks. And that's the benefit of a custom statue maker is, it's a bummer that you might not be able to jump into an edition because it's smaller and you might have missed out on something. But like at the same time, they don't have to make as many. And, I think it's the cool part about that is you have something that's pretty special.
That's what's driving people to these custom makers and why there's so many of them now. And that's what's driving me to MYC because I have 2 or 3 Darth Mauls already,
Exactly.
I want TIE pilots. I want an AT-AT driver. I want Memphis Nest.
You can't get what you want from the commercial guys, and it's unfortunate. And you're right. I don't think there's all of these custom makers popping up just as a cash grab. I think they recognize, it's a supply and demand situation, just like in any business. They're recognizing that the big guys aren't delivering, and they're like, okay, well, people want these pieces. They're desirable. If you're going to be on your 3rd or 4th Darth Maul, let's go ahead and make an Memphis Nest. Let's go ahead and make a TIE pilot. So on and so forth. And people are gonna, even an Admiral Akbar or a Thrawn. I mean, come on, that's amazing.
I know. Gary says, "Good evening, gents. Congrats, Matt, on your Manchester Derby win. Hell yeah, Manchester United won today. It's fantastic." And Atticus made a 1/5 scale TIE pilot statue. Yeah,
a very beautiful one too.
Yep. Oh, that's cool.
And their Tusken is beautiful.
The thing I like about this is that because there's only, all these runs by MYC are under 100, you can quickly put together a collection of statues that nobody else has.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, no, you're not going to see these all over the place. And that's the more I'm collecting, the more I want a collection that nobody else has. It gets boring after a while. As much as I do enjoy looking at people's collections, it's just when everybody has all the same pieces, it's like, okay, yep, all right. But when you see things, oh, where the hell did that come from?
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Congrats, Chris. Looks awesome from Brett. Patiently waiting for the next MYC pre-order to jump into their stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah. Do we know, Jason? Do we have any idea what's the next pre-order? Like, I know it should be. I mean, I know Short Troopers should be somewhat soon.
I thought he said the Emperor, didn't he?
Maybe it is the Emperor.
Emperor's close, man. That teaser that he showed, it looked like it was done.
Yeah.
Emperor's close. Short Troopers close. Padme was actually close, but that got pushed back 2 months.
They were going to pre-order that one. That one was going to be pre-ordered that weekend.
But it looks so much better now. It's great.
Way better now.
Yeah. I saw one recently that's going to go for pre-order pretty soon, but I think it was a limited. I didn't order it. I just saw the images, but I think it was a limited group, or he did it more of as like a limited pre-sale. Like, Steve, you got in on that? I wasn't even aware of it until you mentioned it to me. It was
Slave Leia.
Slave Leia.
Slave Leia.
Oh, yeah. See, those were done differently. It
was like a separate type of,
He used to do this thing where he would have a Facebook group and everybody would hop on, and like we're doing with Memphis, they would say, yes, I would like one, put me on the list. And he would get them all listed up through Facebook. And that's what I did with both. I got both Slave Leias. The laying one and a standing one. And he doesn't do that anymore, or at least hasn't done it since the Leia.
Well, and that's what's cool, guys, about the MYC pieces now, especially, is that you can. It's as easy as going to their website and pre-ordering. I mean, it's the same. It's just as easy. I mean, obviously you got to get on the pre-ordering.
You need to be competitive though when you do it.
You got to be on it. But that said, like, at least you can get it without having to send like hey, I want this piece, but I can't name the piece because you don't want me to say something, and it's through PayPal, and it's like all this like crazy stuff you got to these hoops you got to jump through, right? That's nice. It's nice that it's actually doable and it's easy to do. That's what I like.
I agree, Matt. I think we've had a conversation with this off camera. There's a number of custom statue makers that make amazing pieces. The problem is with MYC, and the reason why I'm particularly biased is not just the quality of the statues, but the customer support. The fact that you can go on, pre-order it. Granted, you get in time, but if you do, you get to pre-order it, place your deposit, either make a payment plan or choose to pay the remainder prior to shipping, get your invoice. These other ones, like you said, it's this like, well, I ordered this piece, and you really kind of, if you have a lot of things that you're buying throughout the year and it's not coming out for 12 months, and it's so easy to lose track of when you can't discuss what it is you're buying. You can't put it in the header. You're not allowed to, or you have to like take a snapshot of your payment and say, hey, look, I paid. Here's proof of it. That nonsense, it can, as amazing as a statue is, it drives me away for sure.
I agree. I think, I think it's one of those things where the easier it is to do this stuff,
and smoother,
the more it feels like you're buying from Sideshow or something, right?
It's official. You have a track record of it.
It does. That said, you're right. These other even other custom makers, they're still making amazing stuff. So it's just the ordering process is just a little more convoluted is all. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing stuff coming like from custom makers these days. It's crazy.
If I saw this in somebody's collection, there's no way I would say it's custom statue. No
it's crazy,
way.
Right?
Yeah, it's interesting, Chris. You're right. That's a great way of yeah. It's a great statement, yeah.
Well, I'd say the same thing about the MYC Mando. Every time I look at that thing, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it's super impressive.
The collector asked the question. He bought the Star Wars costume book, and he asked if there were other prop books. There's Sculpting the Galaxy and Star Wars Chronicles are probably those three are the best ones.
Okay.
Easily.
Chronicles amazing. And if you're a prequel fan, even if you're not, the Star Wars costumes for the prequel, it's for some reason it's become a much more expensive and harder to find book, but it's an amazing one because you have all of the breakdown detail of like Amidala and Padme and again, but yeah, there's a few out there that are really key piece books for reference and just enjoyment. Even the making of the original, like making of Star Wars, the one with Lucas and George on the cover. But yeah, there's some fantastic ones out there.
The collector says I'm canceling Hot Toys pre-orders right now. I guess is that for a reason? Are you putting that money somewhere else, or what's going on?
Maybe he's doing a shift. You know.
Yeah, shifting.
Props and statues probably.
Maybe
I saw a really big shift. Someone posted yesterday or today, within the last 24 to 48 hours, they had posted this beautiful image. The couple of helmets, couple of statues, nothing huge at the time, but the whole implication or intent of posting the picture was to say, I went from A to B, meaning like whether it was Pops or Black Series up to Hot Toys, and they transition, and through being part of these groups, watching videos, ours and others, they were influenced to, move further and elevate their collection. And now they have some, as they're starting off, they had some amazing pieces. So to be able to take what they had already had and sell those off and graduate up,
totally.
I thought that was phenomenal.
That's what's cool about that's what's really cool about collecting one way or another. I mean, I feel like Chris kind of went the other direction, right? He went with, you started getting vintage and you had some statues and you went into Hot Toys, didn't you, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah. And now you collect both pretty regularly. And so I
collect everything.
It's, I feel like, it's so cool that whatever you collect, you can always shift, you can shift, right? Shifting isn't going to make fully break your bank necessarily, because you have funds you can work with because you're selling stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's always nice. The hard part about shifting is, like, for me, if you shift and you feel like you need to go backwards to get things, a lot of times those things are quite expensive.
And just to clarify, shifting doesn't mean that you don't like the thing that you're shifting from anymore, right? I mean, everybody has a limited budget, has limits to what they can do, and they have to make sometimes difficult decisions. So just because, say, you decided to sell some Hot Toys to go buy a statue, doesn't mean that you don't like the Hot Toys anymore. In my particular case, I wish I could keep both.
Yeah, right.
I wish, but there's so many. There's reasons why you can't, whether that be space or money or whatever, right? So shifting is just oftentimes often a compromise so you can get something new and different that you really like,
or a necessity.
And that's my issue.
Necessity.
Yeah, my issue is space. A lot of it's space limitations, and and look, guys, at the end of the day, if you fall out of love with something, if you don't want to keep collecting something, then that's not a bad thing. It's just means that you want to go a different direction. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I think, and like for me, I also looked at what was happening in the hobby and the market, and looking at, like, there's so many Hot Toys coming out now. How am I going to handle this? Like, what am I going to do?
Not only that, Matt, but somebody in the comments made a good point where Bo-Katan, she's not a DX, she's not full of accessories, which is $285. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
That doesn't
price.
So not factoring in shipping. Well, at least shipping to me would be an additional $28. So it's $285 plus $28 plus another $24 in tax. So now we're talking about a $320 piece. 2 of those is an MYC statue.
I know.
3 of
I'll
those,
tell you what,
or 4 is a Regal Robot piece.
One of the reasons I stopped collecting statues years ago, was when I was collecting them, they were like $300.
Right.
The price of a Hot Toy. Then they started jumping up to $400 or $500. I was like, I can't get these. I'll just keep buying my 3 3/4 for now.
Right.
And then I went to Hot Toys. So, and Hot Toys are almost as expensive as a statue now.
Well, and like we've said, guys, like if Hot Toys is your game, if that's your thing, then that's fine. Like that's totally cool. Like keep collecting. It's kind of the best time ever to collect Hot Toys. They're coming out so many cool characters, and they're really going hard on a lot of Star Wars, especially, right?
I got 2 Hot Toys this week. Yeah,
it's great. I mean, like if that's your game, then go for it. But yeah, there's a lot of reason to be collecting Star Wars Hot Toys because of all of that. But there's also a lot of reason to be like, damn, dude, I don't know if you collect anything else. It's just hard to keep that juggling of things coming out. It's hard to keep that up, man. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot. Even my 12-year-old son told me to cancel Hot Toys and go with statues. That's funny. Dick Collector says, I stopped pre-ordering months ago because of what Steve said. Who knows what you will be into a year or two from now. That's true.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad I don't pre-order nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I have 13 Hot Toys on pre-order.
That's not that bad. At one time I had 40. So.
But
the
also
most
the
I've ever had was 17.
Okay.
The pre-order thing that gets me a little bit is and again, this is just part of the community, so I probably shouldn't even be going there because I don't know if it matters or not. But in my opinion, I'm at a point where I've been collecting so long. You buy what you like, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't buy if you had no interest in buying a figure, and then the second it's posted in a group that it's about to be waitlisted, about to be sold out, and then you're scrambling and losing your hair to get it. Well, if you weren't scrambling and losing your hair to get it when it was sitting for 7 months or a year,
right?
Why should you be now? Now
What's this
people
about
go
losing your hair? What's all this about losing
Steve
hair?
scrambled way too many times.
Come on.
You know what I mean? But that whole what's it called? The fear of missing out. Yeah, the fear of missing out, and that's driving a lot of people to acquire pieces that they just don't want or need. And then the second they get them in, they're making their way to Mercari or eBay for 3-4 times the amount. And again, I'm not trying to get into the whole market thing, but it's like if you didn't like it a year ago when it was up for pre-order, you're not going to like it. You're not going to want it now. And I feel like that's a huge part of the community when you're in the entry-level stage.
Hold on, though. When Cad Bane came out, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know that I need Cad Bane.
That's true.
Now I really want one badly.
But Chris, that was a difference of details and, your interaction or I guess connection to the character and not really seeing the full gamut of what you were receiving. This is a matter of like, hey, you had an entire year to look at this figure. True. And then the second somebody says it's waitlisted or it's about to sell out, everybody and their uncle needs to go and run and get it. And they're losing their minds to get it. That
Jason's not saying you can't change your mind. He's just
no, not at all.
He's questioning about why you change your mind. Are you changing your mind because FOMO, right?
Right.
Or are you genuinely saying, hey, I sat and thought about this long enough. I maybe sat too long. Maybe I'm going to have to go in and pay a few extra dollars.
Sean's asking real quick. This is probably a silly question, but does MYC post images of the new statues prior to pre-order?
They do.
Or do I need to?
They give a lot of teasers.
Yeah,
and then they'll post it a week before.
Yeah. Sean, their website is not the place to go to for it, though. I don't think that they post the images at the website.
No, go to the group MYC.
Yeah, much more proactive on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah, statues are. George says statues are, in my opinion, have more presence than figures. Yeah. Brett says shifting here too. Sold 40 Marvel DC Hot Toys. Wow. But I'm not looking backwards with statues props. Only going forwards. Wow, 40. Jeez, that's sick.
And there got the T-shirt.
A nice windfall.
Well, here's the thing too. They were a lot easier at 205, 215. I remember if a hot toy came out and it was 235, that was considered expensive. People would be like, "Wow, 235 for a figure." Now we look at that as cheap. We look at that as like, "Wow, that's a bottom tier price for a hot toy figure." And when you're at that price range of 300 plus after tax and shipping for one figure, and you know that 3 of them or even 6 of them can get you like a Queen Studios, Harley Quinn, that you have to think about that and you say, okay, well, they've produced 5 or 7,500 of these hot toys, but there's only 88 of these or 99 of these. I'd rather have a much more unique piece. And if I had that much desire to go back and get the piece, I could always go back and retrieve it. Yes, I'll be paying a few extra dollars, but at least I'm satisfying that need and desire to have that piece.
And Jason, that said, some people are the opposite, where they would rather have the more of the figures than
for sure.
the one piece that you like, right?
I agree.
It's all subjective, guys. It's all dependent.
It's very subjective. That's a good point, Matt. You're right.
No,
why not both?
It actually isn't why not both, because then you're in poverty. You're living in poverty.
Why not both, you saying?
I collect hot toys and statues and props. And
I know you do. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
But you're living in squalor, Chris.
I live in a box on the street corner.
You live in a house with a unused
got
pool.
A pool table that he put out in the field that he's living in.
That's from my bed. That's my bed. That's why it's not gone yet.
And his
as long
wife
as you're smart
still
about
yelling
anything,
at him to fix the pool.
you can do it right. You just I used to go through those days of needing and wanting everything and anything that came out. The second something looked cool, even if it was like a Gaming Greats Black Series figure, I'm like, I gotta get that just because of that initial response to it. And then once I learned to sit with it for a few days and be a little bit more disciplined, I'm like, this is a mass-produced item by the millions, or at least hundreds of thousands. Like, do I really need it that bad? And if I wanted it that bad, if I really, really wanted it that bad, I'll go out and get it, at a further date. Do I take the consequence of paying a few dollars more? Yes, but I've learned to not respond and have such a visceral reaction so quickly to something the second I see it, and that I think is important, and that allows you, like Matt, you said, maybe you don't want that one piece, maybe you want the 6 pieces, and some people do. But I think it's a matter of finding that balance.
We've talked about this, shifting your collection. I think your collection that is shifting, whether that be from Black Series to Hot Toys or Hot Toys to whatever. I think, like you've said before, Jason, it starts to become less about collecting and more about curating your collection, like you've said many times. And that happens whether you're going from Black Series to Hot Toys or whatever, it starts to happen, right? Over time, it starts to become like, I want certain pieces in my collection versus all the pieces in my collection, right? And that's I think that can only be a good thing, because then you're getting your collection is becoming what you want it to be, and not what opinion of what everyone else is getting.
Correct. It's more of what you relate to and what you interact with and put the smile on your face. Me and Chris just had this conversation with Tom and Rob, who was on the other night with the Rancor unboxing, and ironically we kind of giggled because we all said once you reach that point of discipline, but also choosing the pieces that fit your criteria the most and not trying to impress everybody else or being in that situation of FOMO, your collection gets smaller, not bigger. It gets much smaller.
Right.
Everybody's looking to consume and make a bigger collection, but the smaller it is, the more particular you are in curating the collection rather than being a collector per se. Yeah.
Well, and I have a question for Sean here. Sean says, that being said, if a standard figure crosses the 300 mark, I'm likely out. So the question I have with this one is, if you're going to be out on Hot Toys because they're expensive, does that mean, are you done then? Like, are you just done collecting, or do you go, because if you go to statues, it's more expensive, right? But maybe you feel like you're getting more for your money. I'm wondering what that would mean.
That'd be interesting.
I'm curious though, guys. Totally different subject. What MYC statues are you guys looking to get?
Like coming up?
Like coming up. Like I'm kind of just looking at what they have what's coming out. Like I'm looking at Ayla Sakura.
I got about 6
Stormtrooper
on my list.
Padme. Store 6 of them.
I got about 6 roughly, yeah. Out of the 12 or 13 that were teased.
I mean, I like the Malik, but I don't know that I want to get
that. I would love to somehow stumble my way into a Cad Bane somehow, like.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Whether I have to sell hard drugs or something, whatever I got to do, it would be nice to kind of find my way into that. Or my body. I'll sell my body. No, I'm just kidding. I think
Dengar's coming.
Other than that, I don't really know. Like, Short Trooper maybe. That one I got to see the pose, but I bet that's gonna look freaking.
The one that I
awesome.
think is the one that not many people amongst you guys got is the Maris Brood.
Yeah.
I think that one's going to be amazing.
I've got that
Yeah.
one on pre-order.
That's a really nice looking one. You have that on pre-order?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So we got R5D4. That I'm really looking forward to. The Tusken Raider. That I'll probably get too.
Sean, they will
is a must.
probably for the Short Trooper. He doesn't make more than what 100.
Hundreds of cap.
Hundreds of
Yeah,
cap
they're usually 8, right?
Usually what?
So, they're usually about 80, right?
It's hard to say if there's a usually anymore.
So
The last few have been 100, haven't they?
Yeah.
this is 80.
Is it? This one's
Yeah.
80? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Look here, Steve. Someone's quoting you right here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Brett said, Steve said on an older stream I watched more recently that there's lots of pretty things out there. You can't have them all.
Wow. Cool.
And that simple Yoda wisdom really helped shift my perspective. Yeah, the day we make t-shirts, we'll put that on a t-shirt.
So Matt, I sent
Lots of there are. Have them all. You can't.
You cannot. You cannot.
Matt, I sent you a picture of the Shore Trooper. That's gonna be the pose. I mean, he always uses the statue as his teaser, whether it be the face or the pose or something.
Is that right, Jason?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
When I spoke to him about the teasers, he said that not every teaser pick is exactly what they're going with, but I think 9 out of 10 times it's safe to say that that's going to be the pose.
Okay, so here's the Short Trooper tease.
Yeah.
I'm dying to find
Again,
out
he's
what
just got
this
that
one
scar.
is.
He's just got that scar strut going on, you know.
Yeah, it's cool. Simple. Let's keep them simple, fellas.
I'm dying to know
Plus,
what the one I just
plus
sent
I sold
you.
my hot toy, so
I want to just say I'm dying to know what that one is. I can't
this
figure
one
that
was
one
driving
out.
me bananas. Yeah, I can't figure this one out either.
Well, it's clearly. Oh, that's. If that's Jar Jar, I'll go insane.
That's not Jar Jar.
It's ocean. It's a water scene.
I would freaking cream myself if that was Jar Jar.
Look at the
love
bubbles
I
over
would
on the
love
side.
that.
On the right hand side, you
Jar
see the
Jar.
bubbles?
Jar
Jar
Yeah,
Jar.
they're like transparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jar Jar underwater.
Jar Jar.
I hope so. I want a Jar Jar so bad.
Cad Bane. Leia Bausch.
And Brett says, and Jason talking about how you can always go back and buy a Hot Toys figure if you really, really want it. It also helped me.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's there, but you can't always go back and buy a Regal Robot Rank or MYC
So
TIE
hard.
Pilot. You can't.
So hard to find those things.
And I rather pay if I sold an Emperor for $450 and I have to pay $600 for him. That's a little less of a sting than passing up on the MYC TIE and having to pay $2,500 for a $600 statue, $700 statue.
No.
Would you rather pay an extra $100 to rebuy something that you genuinely miss and want back in your collection, or would you rather sought out something that you may not even get, and if you do, you're paying 100% markup? There's a lot of ways to game this with what you, because I've sold a few Hot Toys, and not many of them have I wanted back, but there's been a couple, and I've actually considered, all right, it's an extra $75 or $100 to retrieve it back, but I like it enough; it's worth it to me.
Yeah. And this is what it's all about too. Sean saying that he would either go to statues or just, sell figures to fund others. And he's saying, or at the very least, be much more selective about purchases. And honestly, that can be your shift alone, is just being more selective about what goes into your, what Hot Toys you're bringing into your, collection or whatever it is you're doing. So, or you could be like Steve and buy Lord of the Rings statues as well.
I don't know how you're doing it.
I am so regretting that now. Let me tell you.
They're gonna look amazing, but my gosh, it's amazing. It's incredible.
So okay, like I'm still thinking about how many statues I'm gonna get. So we're talking Boba Throne. We're talking
Yeah,
Memphis Nest,
of course.
Tuscan.
Ahsoka, Tuscan.
Okay.
Yeah, Ahsoka's gonna be really cool.
I'm trying to think what else.
No Shore. You're not gonna do Shore.
Probably not.
You'll probably do it when you see it.
Probably.
What else is he coming out with?
I'm getting Shore only because Matt convinced me. Say your Shore Trooper. Say your Shore Trooper. The Hot Toys one. Just get the statue. All right. I pulled the trigger a couple weeks ago.
You got decent money for it, right?
No.
Of course you
So
did.
what
Just
else?
freaking this Emporium.
Sold it for. I sold it for
Have you guys seen R5D4 yet?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
R5D4.
Yeah, I have. Oh yeah, that's right. R5D4. That's 5. God damn it. Oh, Leia Bausch. That's 6.
Yep.
Good Lord. Jesus Christ.
That rank warrior. Kit Fisto underwater. Yeah, maybe.
Damn it, Michael.
It's either Jar Jar or Kit Fisto. It's one of those two.
Ayla Secure is a pop.
Yep.
What's the kit when Michael comes on? What's the Kit Fisto in the lower left corner? Is that
It's an old one that he made.
it's the older one, right?
Because
he's jacked up that one.
Might have been his first statue because it's really old. It's a throwback.
And Fian says, I'm sure you guys spoke of this already, but you started watching Late Preference, arm up or down on the TIE Pilot.
They were kind of mixed. It looks good. It actually looks good either way, but I think
It looks really good.
posability may be down. Either one looks great though.
My preference is down, personally, but
I think I'm going with down.
yeah. Come on. It looks so good. You can't go wrong either way, guys. If you're getting this, you can't go wrong either way. It's gonna be awesome.
This one?
Wait. Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh yeah. This is a great one.
Cannot wait.
I think this is what really we all kind of jumped on MYC right around this one. I mean, maybe I was the last one. No, you guys all had Mando.
Steve was into it for a minute. I was into it around the same time. So maybe a little bit before, but I was kind of hit or miss. So when I used to defend Steve because Steve, I used to watch Steve. You guys have to keep in mind I wasn't in the group yet. I was in the comments, and Steve would be like, when Steve would talk about his Ahsoka, and people would just nail him for it. And I remember that. I remembered he was always defending it, and
well, to be fair though, the Ahsoka wasn't Ahsoka. It was like their version of Ahsoka, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
But it still looked great.
Yeah, totally. It just, I think
piece.
people were wanting something that looked like Ahsoka more. So, but
Yeah.
yes, it was a well-made statue.
And my thing was, I had been aware of them so far back that they used to be really, really heavy on the mixed media. This is the days of Nihilus and Revan, where it was more mixed media than it was sculpt. And that was hard to swallow for a lot of collectors because you're used to everything being sculpted. But it's interesting to see how far they've come in such a short time. And now they're just like king of the castle, and it's insane. And for obvious reasons.
Yeah. They're consistent. They're very consistent. And that makes a big, big difference, right? There's a lot of other custom makers that are doing great work.
Yeah.
Really, really good work.
But the only other ones putting out regular, a lot of statues, but all the other ones 1, maybe 2 a year or 3, right?
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's not as regular, and then that's why.
But then there's some putting out double 20, 30 a year, and they're hit or miss. Some of them are amazing, and some of them are just garbage. But that's the name of the game. I'm not trying to speak ill of anybody because, like I said, some are amazing, but others are just.
Yeah.
It's the name of the game. It's the custom game's interesting, and I think it makes, at least for collectors, and just an overall interesting venue to put your self into.
But Jason, one thing I really like that MYC does that no one else does, and I have to give props to Michael on this, is that you see the statue when you pre-order the statue.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing a render. You're not seeing anything else. You actually see what you're going to get. There might be a couple changes, but
there's no Photoshop fake lightsabers going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Which
That's the
Chris,
real deal.
We know better, but I see this many times. People coming into collecting, even hot toy, people who are getting into it. When you're new at something, you're not quite sure, and you're also that person who like, do I want to raise my hand and ask because I don't want to seem silly or foolish? I feel like I should know the answer. Sometimes it's misleading. If you see that Photoshop, it's almost implied that that's included as a feature in the figure of the statue. And there's been a few, some are common sense, but others are like, oh, does that float? Does that light up? And it doesn't. And that's frustrating. One thing that I wish most companies, and I say this time and time again, is aside from their consistency and how well they do, is their customer service is second to none. So many people need to learn from their level of customer service.
Yeah, I agree.
Caesar just asked to join our Facebook group.
Yeah, I don't see him in there. I don't see the request yet, so we'll keep an eye out, Caesar. Just make sure you're going to answer the question, Caesar.
I think was it Caesar? I'm not trying to. Was it? All right. It was. I didn't want to put his wife's name out there, but
Okay.
I approved it because they answered everything.
Oh, good. Okay.
And they answered it like in detail. It wasn't just
she answered everything. That's good.
And they even checked. Some people answer the questions, but they don't check that they agree to the rules. I'm like, well, if you're gonna answer, agree that you agree to the rules, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. There are some people who are joining the group after seeing the Enfys and Nest announcement, and we're still holding people to answering the questions. So if you're interested and you want to join the group, but you don't answer the questions, we're still gonna say no.
Tough luck.
So answer the questions. It's not that hard, folks.
Yeah, we're not doing it to be rude or to be difficult. It just it weeds out a lot of nonsense. Surprisingly, believe it or not. And the questions, there's what, 2, and then an agreement to obey the rules. Very simple, very straightforward, and it's.
Jason, hold on. We are doing it to be difficult. We don't want you to just stroll into our group and shit all over everything. Like,
well, that's the thing. We don't want to have to police everything.
We've cleaned the streets. We've cleaned the windows.
Yeah,
we've
getting
set everything
street
right.
lights on.
Don't come in and shit all over the. Don't shit all over the stuff we've done. So we try to make it somewhat difficult. Like, you got to answer the questions. Yeah, okay, it's not that hard, but.
Well, there's times where we've all had to go in and deny people, and I don't know if people take that personal, if they take it like, well, F them, I don't want to be part of the group anyways, but I just want people to know that there's a reason. It's not that we're just, it's not pure snobbery or elitism. There's generally a reason. We don't want it to turn into a Craigslist,
right.
situation.
Memes chat.
Or a meme chat. Yeah, we don't want to be playing whack-a-mole with erasing randomness.
Steve is an OG badass.
And I second that.
We can all agree with that.
For me, it's just like, for once I was right about something. Once. My one moment.
What were you right about?
MYC.
MYC.
Yeah, he's an OG. Yep. Brad says, I've been hesitant to order any custom statues so far because they only show the renders.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree. And this is what's cool about MYC.
And nobody wants to stare at digital renders all day because they can look amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Is this the one, Jason? Did you let him?
Yeah, Mark.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Well, enjoy. Congrats, Caesar. Welcome to the group and enjoy it, man.
Yeah, welcome.
And whether it was you or her, Caesar, thank you so much for taking the time to answer all the questions. I appreciate that.
That's really cool. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get in, so it's great. It's great that you did the least you could possibly do to get in. That's important. All right, guys. So we are going to, I think, cut it. Just so you know, we'll be unboxing, Jason and I believe, will be unboxing the Gamorrean Fighter, Regal Robot Gamorrean Fighter on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I know it's landing for other people. I'm sure you'll see it unboxed in other places. But we decided when we get it in, Steve already has his, but he's gonna crack his open. We're gonna open ours midweek. So we'll show you that. And
I have mine already. I opened mine too.
Chris has his already. Chris has everything. I have nothing. So we're gonna
listen. This is the one time where I get things first before everybody else.
Yes,
it doesn't usually work out that way.
We're also going to we have a group therapy this Friday, so that should be fun. Should be some interesting things to talk about.
We got a busy month, guys.
We do. We have a lot of collector spotlights coming too as well.
Some
we'll
nice
be-
ones too. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be doing some fun content. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you guys for hanging out. Everyone in the chat for talking with us, and that was fun. And
Great job, Michael.
Great job, Michael. Really appreciate MYC for what they're doing, and keep up the great work. All right, guys. Have a good night.